Greetings, and I'm so excited that you are back for the third episode. In today's lesson, our values promise is, I will believe God made me special. That's true for me. Now I'm coming with a game. If a sentence is true, say that it is true for me. And smile. The first one, you are a twin. The second, I have traveled outside my country. The third one, I am the eldest in my family. The fourth, I have climbed a tree. Fifth, I have played football. And the last one, my birth date is 29th February. Wow! I'm sure you have a lot of things to thank God for in your life. Each one of us is different, but we are all special and important. Our values promise today is, I will believe God made me special. Let us repeat it again. The very first book of the Bible, Genesis, tells us that God made everything. Each time He created something, He said it was good. Let's see what God created last in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. Now I have a question. What did God create on the sixth day? A man and a woman. Another question. What detail about how we were created proves that we are much more special than plants and animals? Yes, God created us in His own image. And the last question. What are the two kinds of people God created? Male and female. The Bible tells us that after God created the first man and woman, He said it was very good. Every person is created in God's image and is very special. Because God made us, He loves us and knows everything about us. There is nothing about us that He does not know. I think you will be surprised to know how much He knows. Let's read from Matthew chapter 10, verse 30. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. What does God know about you? How many hairs are on your head? Does anyone else love you so much that they keep track of the number of your hairs? Maybe your hair is shaved off right now, but God still knows how many hairs you have. Every person that God created is special, no matter what they look like, where they come from, or how poor or rich they are. The elderly or sick, albino, blind, the poor, those with missing arms or legs, and many others. Because each person is created by God in His own image, we should never make fun of anyone. Each one of you is special. Each classmate, each family member, everyone. God says we are special and He doesn't lie. No one else loves you and me as much as God does. Now let us repeat our values promise. I will believe God made me special. Another amazing truth is that God made each of us uniquely different from anyone else. This vision reminds us that we all have different talents and abilities. No one has exactly the same blend. What are the skills pictured in this vision? Music, both vocal and instruments, sports, and academics. God created each of you with ability to do some things well, and no one has exactly the same abilities as you. There is also no one who looks exactly like you. You may look like your parents, but still you are different from them. Even twins are not exactly alike. They are God's one-of-a-kind creation. Not only do you have different abilities, each of you has a different personality. Some are outgoing, others are quiet. Some love to be with people, others like to be alone at times. Some make people laugh, others are good listeners. Now, let us repeat our values promise. I will believe God made me special. I have a small story for you today. The Wemics were small wooden people. Each of the wooden people was carved by a woodmaker named Eli. His workshop sat on a hill overlooking the village. Every Wemic was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall and others were short. Some wore hats and some wore coats. But all were made by the same carver and all lived in the same village. And all day, every day, the Wemics did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemic had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the street, all over the city, people could be sticking stars, all dots, on one another. The pretty ones, those with smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint chipped, the Wemics gave dots. The talented ones got stars. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads. All jumped over tall boxes. Still others knew big words or could sing very pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemics had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good that they did something else and got another star. Others, though, could do little. They got dots. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around him and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, it would scar his wood, so that people would give him more dots. He would try to explain why he fell and say something silly, and the Wemmicks would give him more dots. After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, such as forget his hat or step in the water, and then people would give him another dot. In fact, he had many great dots that some people would come up and give him one without reason. He deserves a lot of dots. The wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around the Wemmicks, who had a lot of dots. He felt better around them. One day, he met a Wemmick who was unlike any he had ever met. She had no dots or stars. She was just wooden. Her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers. It's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some admired Lucia for having no dots, so they would run up and give her a star, but it would fall off. Some would look down on her for having no stars, so they would give her a dot, but it wouldn't stay either. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless Wemmick how she did it. It's easy, Lucia replied. Every day I go to see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli the wood carver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up the hill. He is there. And with that, the Wemmick with no marks turned and skipped away. But he won't want to see me, Punchinello cried out. Lucia didn't hear. So Punchinello went home. He sat near a window and watched the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he muttered to himself, and he resolved to go see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here. And he turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Punchinello! The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchy, how good to see you. Come and let me have a look at you. Punchinello turned slowly and looked at the large, bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little Wemmick asked. Of course I do. I made you. Eli stepped down and picked him up and set him on a bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he inspected the gray circles. Looks like you've been given some bad marks. I didn't mean to. Eli, I really tried hard. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me. Child, I don't care what other Wemix think. You don't? No, you shouldn't either. Who are they to give stars or dots? They are Wemix just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you are pretty special. Let's repeat our values promise together. I will believe God loves me and made me special. Punchinello laughed. Me? Special? Why? I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders, and spoke very slowly. Because you are mine. That's why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Every day I've been hoping you would come, Eli explained. I came because I met someone who had no marks. I know, she told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her? Because she has decided that what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you? The more you trust my love, the less you care about the stickers. I'm not sure I understand. You will, but it will take time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come to see me every day and let me remind you how much I care. Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on ground. Remember, Eli said as the Wemix walked out the door, you are special because I made you. And I don't make mistakes. Punchinello did not stop, but in his heart, he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. Now I have questions. Who made all of the Wemix, including Punchinello? Eli. Who made you? God. Did Eli make all of the Wemix the same? No. Did God make all of us the same? No. In what way do people around us give stars to others? By clapping for them, taking their pictures, praising them, giving them ticks and 100 on their papers. In what ways do people around us give dots to others? By laughing at them, refusing to talk to them, telling them they are no good, giving them crosses and zeros on their papers. Whose opinion about her was more important to Lucia? The other Wemix or Eli's? Eli's. Whose opinion about you is the correct one? What other people say about you or what God says about you? God is. Who thought Punchinello was special even though he had many dots on him? Eli. Who thinks each of you is special, even though you don't do everything right? God. When did a great dot fall off Punchinello? After he visited his maker, Eli. How can we visit or spend time with our maker or creator, God? Reading the Bible, go to church, talk to him by prayer, and many others. Even though all of us are different, there are two truths that are the same for all of us. God created us and we are special. Always remember that God made you special and gave you skills and talents. We should treat everyone as special and unique. Now, sing together this truth in the I Believe song, and I will be right back.
I believe everything God says is true. I believe God made me special. I believe everything God says is true. For the Lord is good, He is good. For the Lord is good, He is good. I believe God has a plan for me. I believe God will help me. I believe everything God says is true. For the Lord is good, He is good. For the Lord is good, He is good.
Welcome back. Hope you had a wonderful moment. As we get to the apex of our lesson, we are going to speak to God. Hands together, eyes closed, and repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for making me special and unique. Thank you for loving me and giving me talents and abilities. Help me to use them to help others. Amen. Bye-bye. See you back in lesson 4.